The Mysterious Merchant, 17th century Amsterdam, the heart of European trade. In this bustling city, a young Jewish man named Asher ben Eliyahu worked in a fabric shop. The son of a poor scribe, he had learned from childhood that having money was the difference between freedom and servitude. Every day, amidst the silk fabrics, fragrant spices, and gleaming coins, his mind was consumed by one question: how could one create lasting wealth from nothing? First lesson: wealth begins in the mind. Asher was more than just an apprentice. Every night when the shop closed, he opened an old ledger in the dim candlelight and reviewed the shop's accounts. He realized that a successful merchant wasn't just a seller, but a mathematician, a psychologist, and a strategist. Gold is always born from thought, not from gold. This was a phrase his mother always told him. But Asher still didn't know how to turn that thought into gold. Encounter with the mysterious man. One day, an elderly man with a black cloak and a walnut wood cane entered the shop. Unlike other customers, he didn't buy anything. He just observed. Asher sensed that this man was more than an ordinary buyer. That night, on his way home, he saw the man in a dark alley. "I know you seek something beyond these market walls," the man said in a calm but penetrating voice. Asher replied, "I want to be wealthy, but I have no capital." The man smiled and said, "The greatest capital is what's in your head, not in your hand. I will give you 10 rules. If you learn and apply them, you will find what other merchants never understand." He handed Asher a wooden box. When the young man opened it, there were 10 scrolls inside. Second lesson: start each day with hope. Asher opened the first scroll that night. It read, "Begin each day with hope and faith. Your thoughts create your world. He who wakes with doubt and fear will find that fear in his life." The next morning, unlike usual, Asher woke up with energy. When the shop opened, he smiled, spoke more warmly to customers, and for the first time, customers smiled back. He realized that the world responds in the way you look at it. Third lesson: people don't buy goods, they buy feelings. The second scroll read, "In business, you don't just sell goods, you convey the feeling that comes with them. People don't buy fabric, they buy beauty and prestige. People don't buy spices, they buy the taste of a royal life." Asher decided to get to know his customers better. He started talking to them, asking about their stories, listening to their hidden desires. Suddenly, his sales increased. Customers who had previously bought only once now returned regularly. He understood that the secret to success in business was not in the goods, but in understanding people's feelings. Fourth lesson: never overlook an opportunity. A few weeks later, a wealthy woman entered the shop and saw a piece of fabric lying to the side. "Why don't you promote this?" the woman asked. Asher realized that this fabric was one of the shop's most beautiful items, but because everyone was used to seeing it, it went unnoticed. He learned an important lesson. Sometimes the most valuable things are right in front of us, but because we see them all the time, we overlook them. He placed the fabric in the window, increased its price, and introduced it as fabric for the nobility. In less than 2 days, all the fabric was sold. Fifth lesson: think big, but start small. The next scroll read, "No merchant became great in a day. No ship was built without rowing in a small boat. Think big, but start from where you are." Asher was no longer just an apprentice. He asked the shop owner to give him a share of the profits, provided he doubled sales. The owner mockingly agreed, but within 6 months, Asher doubled sales with his methods. Now he was a partner, not just a worker. Sixth lesson: Failure is part of the journey, not the end. Sometime later, Asher decided to start his own business. He invested all his capital in buying rare spices from India, but when the ship carrying his goods sank in a storm, he lost everything. "I'm ruined," he said in despair. But when he opened the seventh scroll, it read, "Failure is the cost of learning. He who never fails never learns anything." He started again, but this time smarter. He realized that he should never put all his assets into one deal. He learned that business is a combination of courage and caution. Seventh lesson: giving is the secret to the flow of wealth. Years later, Asher was a wealthy man, but unlike other merchants, he gave a portion of his income to the poor. Some thought he was crazy, but he knew that the hand that gives never remains empty. With this, people loved him, prayed for him, and his customers increased day by day. Conclusion: the path to success is within you. Years later, Asher sat in his office. The wooden box was still on his desk. He thought about the past, about the night the mysterious man gave him the box. Suddenly, a question came to his mind. Who was that man? Why did he give him these scrolls? Why did he never see him again? But it didn't matter. What mattered was that these teachings had transformed him from a poor boy into one of Europe's greatest merchants. He realized that the secret to success was not in gold, shops, or capital, but in the mindset, discipline, and knowledge that set you apart from others. And now, he was ready to pass this knowledge on to the next generation.